I had all these masalas, basic masalas. I wanted to show you something when we just have 10 minutes in hand. What do we do? What do we cook? The problem in today's world is we're all talking about sugar mat khao, sugar mat khao. Salt bhi dhyan se khao. Hi everyone. Welcome back to my channel. So today I've come to you with a very interesting recipe. In fact, not one recipe, too many recipes, because we are going to be sharing a recipe of a tiffin box. Yes, you heard that right. And it is specially for all those of you who are very busy, who don't have time to cook. Today we're speaking about 2-3 very important things. One is meal prep. Second thing is it's not a good idea to miss your meals because you're busy or you're traveling or for any reason, and that is what leads to all these lifestyle issues that we're seeing today, like diabetes, hormonal issues, something like a blood pressure. Your stress levels go up when you don't eat your meals and you don't nourish yourself correctly. So coming to the recipe, now, the most interesting part about this recipe is I wanted to show you something when we just have 10 minutes in hand. What do we do? What do we cook? That's where your meal prep comes in. So what all I have in the fridge, I'm making full use of that, and that's going to help you all also. So I had some leftover rice, kal ka bana hua chawal. This is starch removed rice. I had just drained off the extra water out of it, extra starch after cooking. Then there is some paneer I made yesterday. वो मैंने काट के फ्रिज में रख दिया था. Then these are finely chopped French beans. ये मेरे पास फ्रिज में पड़ा हुआ था, कटा हुआ. Then I had some. This is cooked beetroot. So it is just grated and cooked without adding anything, without even adding water. Just cooked beetroot. Then this is some grated coconut. I have some date paste, which I always keep in my fridge if I want to add it as a sweetener to something. And some freshly made coconut milk, which lasts me for almost 4 to 5 days, okay? So I had all these masalas, basic masalas like haldi, salt, red chili powder, then there is some sambar masala, hing, chopped green chilies. I always love curry leaves because it's, I think, one of my favorite herb, and mustard seeds. Also, one more thing I love to do, I'll tell you, is I always like to keep some lemon juice in the fridge. It always adds up flavor to your salads and to your, whatever you make. It just gives that nice flavor. Let's get going with the recipe. So I'm going to be sharing an entire tiffin box recipe which you can carry along with you wherever you go and enjoy a nice meal, and in 10 minutes. So let's get cooking. So the first thing that we're going to do is, just to save time, I'm going to do this. I'm taking this paneer and I'm going to marinate it. Okay. Let's see how we marinate the paneer. So we've put the paneer cubes in a bowl. To this, we are adding some, like a teaspoon of haldi. So this is about 400 grams of paneer. We put salt as per our taste. Then we add in some red chili powder. Red chili powder also totally as per your taste. So I'm using Kashmiri red chilies because it's not that fiery. 2 very important ingredients to marinate this paneer. That is sambar masala. I'm adding like a nice heaped teaspoon, and you can add a little more also if you want. So it's about 1 teaspoon of tamarind paste. It gets an amazing flavor in this recipe. We just marinate, coat the paneer basically in all these masalas and leave it aside to marinate for 2 to 3 minutes. Okay. In that time, now we make our next thing, that is the beans and coconut bhaji. Beans and coconut, I did my medical school in Pondicherry, so they're all my Tamilian friends, they used to call it beans porridge. But yes, of course, coconut is like one of my favorite fruit, and it's such a high fiber and amazing fruit. 1 tablespoon oil, right? Hardly 1 tablespoon oil, not too much oil. So I'm using 1.5 cups of beans, finely chopped beans. Okay. First, heat the pan and add in your coconut oil. The taste comes out totally different, but you can use olive oil, you can use peanut oil, totally oil of your choice. But of course, do not use any refined oil, nothing processed, please. Because in my channel, you will not find anything processed or any unclean ingredient. Okay. After the pan is heated, we add in mustard seeds. We add in little bit of hing. Then my favorite ingredient, curry patta. I add it generously to everything I make because I love curry patta. You can add lesser quantity as well. And a little green chili for some spice and kick. So this is what we do. And immediately add in our beans. We just stir it for like 10-15 seconds. And to this, you add haldi, about 1/4 teaspoon of haldi, salt to taste. As much as possible, don't add too much of salt to anything because the problem in today's world is we're all talking about sugar mat khao, sugar mat khao. No, salt bhi dhyan se khao.
बात तो सही है.
You have to be careful. Anything, even healthy things, you need to eat in the right proportion. Please remember that. Otherwise, nothing is good for your health, you know. So that's it. We've stirred it for like 30 more seconds. And we leave this to cover and cook for about 2 to 3 minutes. And look at the beautiful color and the smell. You have to try it to believe it. That's it. It's done. We shut the flame. This was cooked on a medium to high flame. This is one thing I would like to tell you. And we just add 1 heaped or maybe 2 teaspoons of coconut. That's it. This is done. Now we get going with the second recipe. See, look at the pan. We hardly used any oil and hardly any masala. So we don't need to even just one rinse and it's done, you know. Next recipe. Now our marinated paneer is ready. So we add in about a tablespoon of oil to this also. We add in a little bit of, say, 1/2 teaspoon of mustard seeds and some curry leaf. Generously you can add. The next thing is the marinated paneer. That's it. You don't need to cover the lid because paneer ko cook hone mein zyada time nahi lagta. You will not see too many paneer recipes there in South. But why I am giving this paneer recipe today is because paneer is a pure good protein. So for vegetarians, and if you see, it's not a difficult recipe, it's a quick fix recipe and you get your proteins also right. That's it. We are done with the paneer recipe as well. Just let's empty the paneer in a bowl, and again you can see the pan is not dirty again. See, because हमने hardly तेल मसाला कुछ भी, even get afraid of using non-stick pans. I know, I completely understand that you all have a lot of myths about non-stick, but good non-stick pans are not harmful. So now the third recipe, everyone's favorite, lemon rice. But you all generally know a lemon rice recipe which has too much oil. So this has not that much oil. In this, we use about again a tablespoon of oil. Now, this is like almost 1.5 cup of rice we're using. What we do is we add some mustard seeds. We add like about a teaspoon of mustard seeds. I love mustard seeds, that's why I'm adding more, but you can add lesser. Then the next thing we add is a little bit of hing. Then we add to this, we add some urad dal and chana dal. And we stir this and cook this for like till it becomes a little golden. That's it, it's done. Again, curry leaf, generously again. Then in goes our haldi, 1/2 teaspoon. Salt as per taste, totally up to you how much you want to add. But as I said, go easy on the salt. So this is a little different lemon rice recipe where I'm adding the lemon later, not before, okay? So this rice is done. 2 things that generally you find in the traditional lemon rice recipe is, one is lemon, second is peanut they added before adding the rice, but I like the peanuts to remain a little crunchy. Though if you keep it in a tiffin, it won't remain that crunchy till that very long time, but still. So that's it. We're done with this recipe. Now what we need to add is, after switching off the flame, we are going to add about a teaspoon of lemon juice, okay, and about 2 teaspoons of peanuts. This recipe is done. I like to finish it with a little bit of grated coconut, because I like coconut in everything. You can skip this. After adding a little bit of coconut, I like to add a little bit of green chili. Usually people like to add green chilies while giving the tadka, red chili, green chili, but I like green chilies, so I like to add it later because it gives a little more flavor as far as my experience goes. So that's it. This is done. The third recipe is also done. So the final recipe is the meetha, because we all love our meetha. But only thing, just remember, do not eat the meetha which I'm making immediately after your meal. Otherwise, it slows down your digestion. So I'm going to pack it with my dabba, but I'm going to eat it later. Okay. Now what we're going to make is beetroot halwa with these pre-cooked beetroot. So this pre-cooked beetroot is basically just grated beetroot sauteed on a pan till it dries up. That's it. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to boil it, steam it, nothing. Okay. This is the recipe. Now to about 1.5 cup of beetroot, we add in about 1 teaspoon of desi ghee. It's simple harka desi ghee. To this, I'm going to add in some cashew, just chopped cashews. 1 teaspoon of chironji. It's called charoli, chironji, whatever you can call it. You just add about 1 teaspoon. You can add more also because it really tastes nice. Just stir this well till the cashew starts becoming a little golden brown. That's it. Once the cashew is turned golden brown, we add the pre-cooked beetroot, okay, and stir it well. Stir it very well so that it all mixes together. We're using a cast iron kadhai to cook your beetroot. There are a lot of benefits of this, especially if you want to spike up your hemoglobin level. Cooking your food in this is really a good idea. After this step, what we do, once the beetroot and the nuts they mix well together, we add in about 200 ml of coconut milk. It's thick coconut milk we add to this. Stir it up very, very well. To this I'm adding about half a teaspoon of cardamom powder. Just घर का पिसा हुआ हरी इलायची. That's it. Now you must be wondering, मीठा बना रहे हैं मगर मीठा कहाँ है? Here is the meetha. Basically, I overnight soaked some de-seeded dates and just made a paste out of it. And not too much of water. It should be a concentrated paste. So to this, I am adding about 1 and 2 heaped tablespoons. That's it. Don't forget, beetroot already has a very sweet aftertaste. So coconut milk also has a sweet aftertaste. So that's it. We are done. We just need to dry this halwa and you get to eat the yummiest beetroot halwa ever without adding any milk, not too much of ghee, because a lot of people are lactose intolerant. In fact, a lot of kids are also lactose intolerant. Just drying this up, it takes hardly 2 to 3 minutes. But then, did you realize one thing, that all this we could cook so quickly because our meal prep was right. Everything was already prepared and kept in the fridge. So we just took it out and stirred up an amazing meal. The beetroot halwa is ready. This is the consistency and this is the texture of the beetroot halwa. It's ready. Okay. I hope you all enjoyed this quick tiffin dabba recipe of this paneer, this lemon rice, this beans, bhaji and this beetroot halwa. I have packed up banana also because ये हमारे पूरे दिन का टिफ़िन पैक किया है जिसमें हमने एक फ्रूट पैक किया है और एक बैलेंस्ड मील पैक किया है बिकॉज ब्रेकफास्ट मोस्टली लोग घर से करके जाते हैं. इफ़ यू वांट मी टू पोस्ट more recipes like this, please do let me know in the comment section also, and I'm looking forward to sharing a lot of recipes with all of you in my upcoming videos. And I want to promise from all of you that you all are not going to miss your meals and you all are going to stay nourished all the time. And please do let me know whatever you want me to cook in the comment section. I'm going to cook that for you, and also anything you want to know regarding health, nutrition and everything about food and cooking, most welcome. I will answer to all your questions. And if you have liked this video and you like my channel, please don't forget to subscribe it, press the bell icon and do share it with your friends and family. And I will see you all soon again for another wonderful recipe coming up. Till then, stay happy, stay healthy.